All right, welcome on a little bit early to our coverage of Knightrider hockey on KNOX Live Sports. Going to do a quick test of the audio. Scheduled to begin this broadcast at 5:45 to start our pregame show. Puck drop at 6:15 inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. It's Knightriders versus Minot tonight on KNOX.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
We welcome you to our coverage of Grand Forks Knightrider hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing the play-by-play for you this evening as the Knightriders take on Minot United, a newly developed co-op between Minot High School and the newly minted Minot North. Getting our first look at these Minot North uniforms to our left on your screen. You'll watch Grand Forks warm up. Scheduled puck drop of 6:15 tonight. Until then, we will make our way through this pregame report. The pregame report is brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, and also Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. We're going to start off during this pregame report by taking a look at our drive for the title. It's a look at the standings in North Dakota girls high school hockey. The top 8 teams advancing to the state tournament. Grand Forks is in that top 4 right now with 21 points, a record of 8-2 in North Dakota play. They have an overall record of 9-2 on the season with a victory over East Grand Forks. And then further down in the standings, you will notice Minot United. They're having a little bit more difficult of a time in North Dakota play so far this year. They have a record of 3-7 and then 1 overtime win to go along with that as well. So Minot United with the record of 3-7, they have 8 overall points in the North Dakota girls high school hockey standings so far. Tied at number 1 is Fargo North South, both of those teams with 27 points. Bismarck Century not far behind with 24. Grand Forks in 4th place, like we mentioned. They have 21 points. The most recent team that we saw Grand Forks play was West Fargo United. That was last week. Grand Forks picking up a shutout victory over West Fargo in that affair. That was a 3-0 hockey game here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. West Fargo United at 5 in the standings with 18 points. Fargo Davies is 6th with 16. At 7th is Jamestown with 12 points. Mandan is the final team if the season were to end today in the state tournament. 10 points and 2 points separating them and Minot as it stands right now. Minot United on the outside looking in with 8 points chasing down Mandan. Also tightly bunched on the outside looking in includes Williston and Dickinson, both of those teams with 7 points in the standings. And then Devils Lake, they have 3 total points. They have yet to get a win so far, but they do have 3 losses that have come in overtime, so they have 3 points. Thank you. 3 points on the year. This is our drive for the title brought to you by Acme Tools, your local Kubota dealer and full-line service dealer. We're going to take our first break of this intermission report. Once again, getting ready for Knightrider hockey. First puck drop scheduled for 6:15 tonight from the Blue Line Club Iceplex. We'll be right back and continue to get ready for this game on KNOX Live Sports.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Spray Advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you back to our pregame show, getting ready for a 6:15 puck drop inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex for a matchup between your Grand Forks Knightriders and Minot United. Consider this the death of the Majet hockey program and that Block M on the Minot girls hockey program uniforms. They're wearing navy blue jerseys with cursive Minot written across the chest, but they still do have the standard Minot High School maroon breezers, gloves, and helmets on. So another case of two high schools trying to combine their color schemes. Grand Forks, of course, doing it right, coming up with the new nickname, the Knightriders. It just flows off the tongue naturally, and their uniforms mesh together quite nice. Nevertheless, we're going to continue to make our way through this pregame report, brought to you by True North Equipment and Signature Graphics and Apparel. Let's take a look at our next element, and that is going to be our tools of the game. Our tools of the game are going to be brought to you by State Farm Logan Karski Agency, building game plans to protect what matters most to you: home insurance, car insurance, and and life insurance. Bundle it all together with Logan at State Farm here in Grand Forks, the supporter of our Tools of the Game segment during this pregame report, taking a look at players that we will be keeping an eye on throughout the duration of this matchup between Minot and Grand Forks. Starting off with the visitors, and the players that you see listed on your screen, we will read through them. We see Bryn Hansen, the leading scorer for Minot by a significant margin. She has 8 goals and 9 assists for 17 total points on the year. The only double-digit scorer for Minot. Then second in scoring for the Majets is Julia Stoner. She has 7 goals and 2 assists for 9 points. Yvonne Slind has 4 points, 1 goal and 3 assists. And then with 2 points is Ava Bita. She has 2 goals on the season. The starting netminder for Minot tonight has some impressive stats that you do not see on your screen, and that is the sophomore goaltender Faith Seekings. Faith Seekings has a 5-7 record. She's giving up 2.72 goals against average, but with an impressive 933 save percentage. So that is certainly going to be an issue or an impact player for Minot tonight, is Faith Seekings, the goaltender for the Majets. If she has a big night, that could put Grand Forks on upset alert here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. Now for our tools of the game for the Knightriders, starting off with their forwards and defenders. The leading scorer for the Knightriders is Elena Marto. She has a pretty unique stat line, as you can see on your screen. 14 goals leading the Knightriders and goals and overall points. 14 goals to go along with 1 lone assist. 15 points so far on the season. The other double-digit point getter for the Knightriders so far this season is Chesney Sigdahl. Chesney Sigdahl, the senior forward, has 11 points, 8 goals, and 3 assists. Then also players that you see listed on your screen are Chloe Groven. She has 6 points, as well as Reese Meager with identical stat lines of 2 goals and 4 assists. Now would usually be the time where I mention Kylie Schmaltz. Kylie Schmaltz is a goalie for the Knightriders who has had a very impressive season. Last time we saw Grand Forks was last week in their matchup against West Fargo United. Schmaltz with an impressive shutout performance in that game, leading the Knightriders to victory, but she will not get the start tonight. Instead, head coach Kelly Kilgore will give an opportunity to his junior goalie, Claire Fiala. So Claire Fiala is going to be another tool for tonight's game. And her stat line so far this year, she has a 2-0 record with a 2.39 goals against average with an 8.72 save percentage in limited playing time. Usually the backup, Claire Fiala, gets the nod tonight. Kylie Schmaltz will start the game on the bench. Kelly Kilgore would like to see Claire Fiala put in a strong performance for the Knightriders tonight. Once again, these are our tools of the game. Brought to you by State Farm Logan Karski Agency, building game plans to protect what matters most to you. We're going to keep it here for another couple of moments and talk about some of the impressive victories for these teams so far this year. Grand Forks, like we mentioned, their most recent action was last Friday night against West Fargo United. Like we mentioned, the Knightriders defeating West Fargo in that game by a score of 3-0. And then a couple of other impressive victories, including a win over the number 2 team in the state, or tied for 1, as what we saw on our drive for the title earlier on during this pregame report. Bismarck Century, the Knightriders were able to take down the Patriots 3-1, and then they defeated Fargo Davies by a score of 4-1. Those are some of the impressive victories for the number 4 team in the state as the standings currently are in North Dakota Girls High School Hockey. Grand Forks at number 4, Minot at number 9 with an overall record of 5-7. However, Minot is in on a 2-game winning streak, so playing their best hockey of the season coming into tonight's matchup against the Knightriders. Those 2 most recent victories for Minot coming against a couple of opponents from out west, beating Dickinson 2-1 and then Mandan 4-1 as well to help Minot climb in those standings that we took a look at earlier and we will refer back to as we continue on with this broadcast. So Minot not having the best start to the season that they would have liked, but playing their best hockey as of late, coming into tonight's matchup against Grand Forks on a 2-game winning streak. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll continue our pregame report, getting ready for a 6:15 puck drop here in Grand Forks. The Knightriders taking on Minot United on KNOX Live Sports.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Welcome back to our pregame report as we're getting ready for a 6:15 puck drop inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex here in Grand Forks. The Knightriders getting ready to host Minot United in North Dakota Girls High School Hockey action on the KNOX Live Sports Network. This pregame report is brought to you once again by our partners at True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you. Also, Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision, you watch it come to life. Get your team wearing branded apparel out in the field. Also get your slow pitch softball team, your pickup hockey league team, some matching uniforms. Do all of it at Signature Graphics and Apparel, them and True North Equipment, your local John Deere dealer. The sponsors of our pregame report, once again gearing up for this matchup between the Knightriders and Minot United. Let's keep this pregame show moving along to take a look at our next element, and that's going to be our keys to the game. These keys to the game are brought to you by Jarrell Sports Hockey World here in Grand Forks. See what's new for the season. Stop in today. We're going to start off with the keys for the visiting team, Minot United. They're going to want to limit the penalties, 90 penalty minutes this year, spending a lot of time in the penalty box. That might be a factor linked to Minot United's record so far this year. Tough to win and score when you're in the penalty box, so looking for more disciplined play from their team tonight are the co-head coaches for Minot. 2 head coaches listed, Chris Stockey and Michaela Newholfen. Also, blocking shots. They've been outshot over 2-1. We mentioned the goalie for Minot, Faith Seeking's doing a good job of keeping Minot in games throughout the course of this season. She has a .272 goals against average, which is not too bad, but still higher than average. However, her save percentage will give you an indication of what her shot load has looked like so far this season, a .933 save percentage. So they're getting spectacular play in night is Minot from their sophomore goaltender, but they're going to try help if they want to come away with an upset victory tonight over Grand Forks. They're going to need to support Faith Seekings more to try limit the margin in the shot department. Minot United is a team that's giving up 2.83 goals against per game and scoring 1.58 goals per game. And when we talk about staying out of the penalty box, taking a look at the power play percentage for Grand Forks, this percentage has dropped since their most previous game. They entered their game against West Fargo United with a power play percentage over 20%. It has now dropped to sub 20. 19.2 is the success rate on the power play for Grand Forks so far this year. Now our keys to the game for the Knightriders. Score early, build the confidence in the team. They know that they are favored to win if they play the style that they have been doing so far this year. But scoring in the first period has been a rarity. Only 7 first period goals so far this season for the Knightriders. They're going to try change that trend early on against Minot United this evening and get on the board early and often against Minot are the Knightriders. And then they're also, similar to Minot, will want to play crisp on defense. They are allowing Grand Forks they're allowing 2.18 goals against per game, and they are scoring 3.55 goals per game. So that is the stats that you see on your screen are the goals per game for Grand Forks, and then also the goals against. So they're going to want to continue to play that solid style of defense that they've been putting forward so far this year. Grand Forks with a pretty good success rate on the penalty kill, 90.5% success rate when they are a skater short. Similar to Minot, Grand Forks is going to want to play well on D, especially in front of their goaltender tonight, Claire Fiala. This will just be her 3rd start of the season. She has a record of 2-0 coming into tonight's game with a .239 goals against average and .872 save percentage. So even more motivation for the back end of the Knightriders to have things nice and tight in their matchup against Minot United. Once again, these are our keys to the game brought to you by Jarrell Sports. See what's new for the season and stop in today at Hockey World in Grand Forks. Never too late to buy that new gear that you put off purchasing in the off season. Always needing to stock up on your supply of sock tape and stick tape. Get your skates sharpened there as well. Jarrell Sports, the sponsor of our Keys to the Game segment here on KNOX Live Sports. We're going to take another break, hear a word from our sponsors, and we come back. We'll read off the starting lineups for tonight's matchup between the Knightriders and Minot United on KNOX Live Sports.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens. solutions. At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome back to our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. We are getting ready for a 6:15 puck drop inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, formerly known as the Eagles Arena, as the Knightriders, the number 4 team in the state of North Dakota girls high school hockey, playing host to the number 9 Minot United. We're making our way through this pregame report. Pregame report once again brought to you by our partners at True North Equipment, true to our values and driven by you, your local John Deere dealer. Also, Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. Signature Graphics and Apparel and True North Equipment, the sponsors of our pregame report all season long. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. We'll not have a graphic ready to put up on your screen, but we'll read these off for you, starting off with the visitors. Minot United. Starting in net is that sophomore goaltender, Faith Seekings. Faith Seekings, like we've mentioned throughout the course of this pregame show, has very impressive numbers. In particular, her save percentage, .933, is the save percentage for Faith Seekings so far this season. So certainly a very strong goaltender for Minot United, and could pose a challenge for the goal scorers for Grand Forks this evening. Starting on defense for Minot United is the senior defender, Bryn Hansen, and then her defensive partner is going to be number 18 freshman defenseman, number 18 Rhea Birubi. Starting forward line for Minot features number 8 Julia Stoner, another freshman, number 23 freshman Alta Diedrichsen, and then number 5, Ava Beta, a sophomore. So a very young starting lineup for Minot United. A significant amount of freshmen, a couple of sophomores, and then they do have one senior in their starting lineup as well. So youth is the theme for Minot United in their starting lineup. Now the starting lineup for the home team, your Grand Forks Knightriders. Starting in net, like we mentioned, will be the junior Claire Fiala in replacement of Kylie Schmaltz, the usual starting goaltender for the Knightriders. It will be Claire Fiala getting the nod tonight from her head coach, Kelly Kilgore. On defense will feature number 6, the junior Elizabeth Kilgore, number 18, the senior Dusty Balick, and then forward line number 1 for the Knightriders features their leading goal scorer, number 3, Elena Marto, number 23, the freshman Ella Bry, and then also number 12, the sophomore Elliot Yana. These starting lineups are brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. We still have a little bit of time to burn yet here in this pregame report, so we're going to pull up the drive for the title one more time onto your screen, give you a look at the state standings right now in North Dakota girls high school hockey. Like we mentioned, Grand Forks sitting at 4 right now behind Fargo North-South, the perennial power in girls high school hockey. Also in front of the Knightriders is Bismarck Legacy, and then Bismarck Century, a team that Grand Forks beat earlier this season by a score of 3-1. Grand Forks in that 4 spot. West Fargo United, the team that Grand Forks most recently beat a week ago, or last Friday night, we should say, 6 days ago. Grand Forks beating West Fargo United in shutout fashion, 3-0 was the final in that one here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. At number 6 is Fargo Davies. Excuse me, at number 7 we have Jamestown, and then at number 8, the cutoff spot to get into the state tournament is Mandan. On the outside looking in is the number 9 seed, the team that we will see play against Grand Forks tonight. That's Minot United. And then also on the outside looking in is Williston, Dickinson, and Devil's Lake. Once again, that's another look at your drive for the title, brought to you by Acme Tools. We're going to take one final break of this pregame report. When we come back, we'll be moments away from puck drop, Grand Forks versus Minot, here on KNOX Live Sports.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades, or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
The body shop you work with is your choice, so pick the local team with the service you trust. Modern Auto Body in Grand Forks can make it look like the accident never happened. Schedule an appointment for an estimate on our website or give us a call.
All right, we are wrapping up our pregame report, just moments away from puck drop here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, getting ready for this North Dakota girls high school hockey matchup between the Knightriders and Minot United. This is the end of our pregame show, once again brought to you by True North Equipment, true to our values, driven by you, and also Signature Graphics and Apparel. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life. We're just moments away from puck drop here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. The Knightriders once again taking on Minot United. The officials tonight on the lines is going to be Leanne Murphy. And then the head officials wearing the orange stripe are going to be Brady Metcalf and Ty Waterrood. And here come the Knightriders in their home white uniforms. They're wearing a gray alternate last Friday night against West Fargo United, back to their traditional home uniforms, white jerseys with white socks with black, gray, and red trim all throughout, black gloves and black helmets. As for Minot United, attempting to combine the colors between the newly minted Minot North High School and Minot High School. So combining the elements of Minot High School, the Majets. They have the traditional Minot maroon in the helmets, gloves, and breezers. However, the socks and jerseys of Minot United are more so resembling the colors of Minot North, with that navy blue color scheme with white trim and white lettering, with Minot cursive across the chest. Good uniform matchup on hand tonight. We're having our starting lineups read off, and we'll read them off for you once again. These starting lineups brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. Starting in net tonight for Minot United is Faith Seekings. On defense is going to be Bryn Hansen and her partner Rhea Beyrub. And then forward line #1 features Julia Stoner, Alta Diedrichsen, and Ava Bida. Starting for Grand Forks in net tonight is going to be the junior Claire Fiala, getting the nod from her head coach Kelly Kilgore. And then starting on defense will be Elizabeth Kilgore and Dusty Balick. And then forward line #1 features Elena Marto, the leading scorer for Grand Forks. The freshman has 14 goals so far this season to go along with 1 assist. Her line mates are Ella Bry and then Ella Yana. Once again, those starting lineups brought to you by Forks Fence Company, powered by Greenworks, Grand Forks' #1 fence company. We're going to take one final break. When we come back, we will have puck drop. It's Knightriders versus Minot on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
And with the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner, we are just moments away from puck drop here on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. The Knightriders taking on Minot United. My name is Sam Jensen. I'll be doing play-by-play for this broadcast. Alongside me behind the camera, the eyes of the KNOX Sports Department. That's Joey Spenger, putting in quite the workload as of late. And we are more than happy to provide coverage for you tonight for Grand Forks Knightrider hockey on KNOX. The coaches for Grand Forks, the head coach, of course, is Kelly Kilgore. His assistants are Margot Miller and Mark Geetz. And then the co-head coaches for Minot United, the only two coaches listed on the program, are Michaela Newholfen and then also Christopher Stocky, the coaches for both Minot United and Grand Forks. Here in period #1, the Knightriders will be making their way from right to left on your screen, and Minot United will be making their way from left to right. Leanne Murphy, the linesman, making sure that both goalies are ready. The penalty box is ready, and we are underway. Minot United winning the opening faceoff back to Bryn Hansen, and she will poke it forward to Julia Stoner, who pokes it deep into the attacking end for Minot. Kilgore on the far side, attempting a breakout pass to the far wall. It's broken up, shot thrown towards the net by Bryn Hansen, but that one will be covered up by Fiala for a stoppage with just 18 seconds gone. We'll get caught up here on our All True Health System scoreboard. 6:42 remaining here in period #1. Yana wins this face-off. It goes back to Kiera Botnan. Botnan back to Yana on the far wall. She'll skate it out for herself for the breakout. Gets stopped at the red line, and Minot will dump it behind the net of Grand Forks. Hazel O'Connell pass to the far side to Elena Marto. Errant pass comes back behind the net where Botnan will pick it up and bring it to the near side. She pokes it high off the glass, and that's able to get it out of the zone. Ella Bry, crossing the Minot blue line, will ring it around all the way to the far wall. Foul, loses possession. Bry gets a turnover, fires off a shot from the high slot. Save is made, comes to the near wall. Shot now coming from the point from O'Connell. Easily paddled away by Seekings, goes to the far corner, and Bryn Hansen will pass it forward to Ayla Jackson. Almost a turnover here at the Minot blue line, and it does eventually turn into a turnover. Sigdahl, the nice display of stick handling, will try to maneuver through traffic, eventually throwing a shot on net, and it will be saved by Faith Seekings, and we'll have a stoppage with 15:36 remaining here in period number 1. Sigdahl will take this offensive zone draw to the right of the sophomore goaltender for Minot United. And an offensive zone draw victory, but it will go in between the defenders, Balick and Kilgore. Balick in her own zone. Breakout pass to the near wall. And Paige Meager tries to advance it forward towards the red line. Eventually, after a battle for possession, Sigdahl crosses center ice. Another loose puck, this one picked up by Meager. She'll drop it for Sigdahl. A shot from the point gets blocked on the way by Bentrup. Puck comes to the near corner, finally pokes loose, could lead to an opportunity for Grand Forks. They bring it back to the point for Balick. Balick back down low, now gets the return pass from Sigdahl. Balick looking for a tip, shot will miss the net and go all the way to the half wall on the far side. It's collected there by Minot. Clearing the zone for Minot was Julia Stoner. Balick's pass originating from the Grand Forks blue line gets tipped, so icing is negated. The Knightriders have it below the Minot goal line. Chloe Erickson looking for a centering feed, paddled away by the netminder Faith Seekings, and it will come all the way out of the zone, and Balick has it at her own blue line. A pass from Botnan does not reach its intended target. It's collected by Ziska. Ziska will pass it forward to Mallory Fowl, and she'll dump it deep. Minot will get a line change, could lead to an easy breakout. Skating with it is Ella Bry. Ella Bry gets stopped at the Grand Forks blue line, but picking up the loose puck is Elena Marto. We have a delayed penalty on the ice right now. Marto has possession in the far corner, looking for a centering feed, gets some support from Yana. Extra attacker on the ice for Grand Forks, and we will have a whistle. With 13:48 remaining in period number 1, we will get our first look at this Knightrider RBB Electric power play. It will be a hooking penalty against Minot's number 5, Ava Beta. So she will go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. And Grand Forks will have their first RBB Electric power play opportunity of the evening. Face-off will be taken to the left of Seekings, the goaltender for Minot. It will be taken by Grand Forks' Paige Meager. Meager wins it back to the point. Sigdahl working the point. O'Connell has it on the near side. It will be rung around all the way to the far corner where Paige Meager will stop the momentum of the puck. Pass it back down low for Botnan. Botnan with a nice bumper pass. Comes back to the point. O'Connell at the top of the near circle. Back to Sigdahl at the high slot. Sigdahl gets a return pass from O'Connell, slides it to Meager. Meager back to Sigdahl. Sigdahl to O'Connell. O'Connell with a shot from the near dot. Save is made by Seeking. Grand Forks with some good puck possession so far here on the power play. O'Connell looking for a tip. She'll get one in front, but it will not go in. Puck is still loose right on top of the crease. O'Connell with a high IQ play, throwing the shot towards the net, and providing a tip on the play was Ava Walsh. But Faith Seekings in good position was able to make the save. There was a scrum after the rebound, but finally Seekings was able to hop on top of it. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the RBB Electric power play for Grand Forks. Now Yana will take the face-off at the near dot. She wins it cleanly. It comes back to the point. Marto has it at the blue line. Marto passes it to the near side for Bry. Bry back to Marto. Marto far side pass to Yana. Marto and Yana play catch. Yana has it at the far wall. Back to Marto. A strong wrist shot from the point. Goes off the end wall. Gets deflected back to Seekings, who shows her awareness there. Hops on top of it for another stoppage. 48 seconds remaining on the RBB Electric power play. 12:38 remaining here in period number 1. Another face-off win for Grand Forks, but they are not able to hold the zone. Marta will have to retreat to the red line. She'll pass it to Bry, who enters the attacking zone, loses possession into her skates, but Balick collects the loose puck, has it in the high slot. She'll drop it for Marto. Marto gives it to Bry at the top of the far circles. Comes back to Yana on the near side. Yana's odd angle shot, no good. Seekings makes the save. Whacking after the rebound was Balick. Balick still with possession. Brings it back to the point for Marto. Her shot is blocked. Good shot blocked by Mallory. Foul. Grand Forks will have to retreat to neutral ice. 8 seconds remaining on the power play. Good possession so far on the skater advantage for the Knightriders. Nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Minot now back at even strength. We play 5-on-5. Teams fight for possession in the near corner. Comes back to Balick. Her one-time snapshot from the point is gloved by Seekings, and we'll have a stoppage with 11:40 remaining in period number 1. Good puck movement for the Knightriders on that power play. Not able to jam it home. A good amount of grade A scoring opportunities as well. Getting the puck to the net, but not able to jam home a rebound. Good rebound control from Seekings. O'Connell's shot from the point is blocked. Minot not able to get it out. Comes back to O'Connell. She'll deposit it below the goal line of Minot. And the forecheck will commence for the Knightriders. They are buzzing early on. Odd angle shot misses high and wide. Comes to the near wall. Playing it there is Chloe Erickson. Moving it down low for Kuhl. O'Connell doing a good job of holding the zone. Working against Diedrichson right in front of the Minot bench. Teams continue to fight for possession. Finally, it will pry loose to the Minot defender, and it will be passed to Stoner in the high slot, and she turns it over near the Minot blue line. Leads to an opportunity for Grand Forks' number 22, Kiera Botnan. But the save is made by Faith Seekings. She will hold on to it for a stoppage with 10:54 remaining in period number 1. Shots on net are 11-1 in favor of the Knightriders early on, and that is very indicative of how much offensive possession we've seen with just over 6 minutes gone here in period number 1. Grand Forks holding the zone. It's O'Connell at the near blue line. She'll move it down low for Walsh. Walsh in the near corner, back to the point for O'Connell. She'll slide it over to Botnan. Botnan's shot makes its way on net, but Seekings makes the glove save. Keeps the rebound right in front of her. She will cover it up, and we will have a stoppage with 10:38 remaining now in period number 1. It's been all Grand Forks early on, but our All-True Health System scoreboard still reads 0 apiece. Another offensive zone draw for Grand Forks to the left of Seekings. Kilgore. Her shot gets swallowed up by Berube. She'll pass it to the far wall. Skating with it now is Hansen. Hansen going coast to coast. Rifles a shot, but it misses wide. Rings around all the way to the near point. And we're going to have a stoppage. Unsure on what happened there, as that was just out of my view. I'd have to imagine that the puck went into the Grand Forks bench. It will result in a defensive zone draw for the Knightriders. First real offensive opportunity we've seen for Minot United. It was Bryn Hansen, the defender, going coast to coast and rifling off a shot. Did not make its way on net. And now Grand Forks will try to break it out. Ella Yana has it behind her own net. She will skate it out to the Grand Forks blue line, and her pass does not find the deflection that she was looking for, so it will be an icing which will bring the face-off all the way back to the Grand Forks end with just over 10 minutes to play here in period number 1. Shots on net are 12-1 in favor of the Knightriders. Behind her own net is Chloe Erickson. She'll skate it out of the defensive zone for Grand Forks. Crosses center ice, now entering the attacking zone. Good one-skater breakout for Grand Forks. She'll be rubbed off the puck, and picking it up for Minot is Stoner. Pass to the far wall. Minot was not able to break it out. Skating it out was Marto, so Grand Forks will have to regroup, and it will be Botnan dumping it deep, and the forecheck will commence for Grand Forks. Breakout pass from Minot goes to the far wall to Julia Stoner, looking for a stretch pass, attempting to get connected with Diedrichsen. If that pass would have been on target, could have led to a breakaway opportunity for Minot, but Stoner's pass was a couple of strides ahead of Alter Diedrichsen. So it'll be an icing against Minot, an offensive zone draw for Grand Forks. It will be taken by Jocelyn Kuhl. Chloe Erickson passes it back to the point for Kilgore. Kilgore's shot gets a deflection, loose puck on the near side, out of harm's way. Erickson collects the rebound, loses her footing. She will fall to the ice. Minot collects it and dumps it 200 feet down the entire length of the ice. So another offensive zone draw upcoming for Grand Forks. Just over 9 minutes remaining in period number 1. A handful of opportunities for Grand Forks. The scoring chances are racking up. The goals have yet to come. Another offensive zone draw win. Comes back to Balick. Her shot is blocked. Good job by Beta to get in front of that one for Minot. Cool. Odd angle shot. Misses wide. It will ring around all the way to the neutral zone. Kilgore will collect it at the red line and dump it deep. Grand Forks is going to go for a partial line change. Minot will have time to break it out. An errant pass leads to a turnover at the Minot blue line. Good job by Dusty Balick to step up and prevent Minot from getting that one out of their defensive zone. Back to get it from Minot is going to be Duval, trying to force it up along the far wall. Sigdahl has it at the blue line. Her shot blocked once again by Beta. Centering feed there from Walsh is not able to make its way towards the front of the net. Walsh still has it below the goal line. Minot will ring it around to the far wall. Botnan will step up this time to hold the offensive zone for Grand Forks momentarily, before Minot with tired legs will dump it out. They get a line change. Grand Forks trying to catch him in said line change. It's Dusty Balick quickly passing it forward to Cool. Cool coughs it up at the Minot line, and Minot will throw it out into center ice. Teams fight for possession. Eventually it's taken by Walsh. She'll dump it deep. Sigdahl on the forecheck. Bryn Hansen is able to evade that forechecker for Grand Forks, and she'll skate this one all the way out to center ice. Coast to coast goes Bryn Hansen. She enters the attacking zone. Her shot from the far half wall is deflected, and we will have our first media timeout. It is 0-0 Grand Forks versus Minot United. Our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey on KNOX Live Sports. We will be right back.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Knightrider hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. With 7:35 to go in period number 1, we're still tied at 0. However, the shot department very much in favor of Grand Forks. They lead 13-1 in that category. That media timeout brought to you by Eagles Crest. Head south for your next dining experience. Doesn't have to be golf season. Eagles Crest in the same building as the clubhouse for Kings Watt Golf Course. Great dining 12 months out of the year. The sponsor for our media timeouts all season long. Grand Forks with the defensive zone draw victory. O'Connell has it below the goal line. Evading Beta, the forechecker for Minot, brings it all the way to the far side. Still evading a forecheck. Good job by Minot. Loose puck collected by Yana, and she will skate it out of the zone. Bry chases it down, trying to poke it forward. This could be an opportunity for Grand Forks, but nothing is able to develop that could have led to a scoring chance for the Knightriders. Still having it in the offensive zone, though, is Grand Forks. Yana battling for it in the near corner. That battle is won by Bryn Hansen. Solid defender for Minot. Not able to break it out, however. Marto looking for a centering feed. Getting a paddle on that centering chance was Faith Seekings, the goaltender for Minot. And now entering the attacking zone will be Julia Stoner, trying to drop that one for Hansen. Instead, it will come back to center ice. Minot will have to regroup. Grand Forks trying to move it through the neutral zone. They'll tip it into the Minot end, and they will go for a partial line change. A deflection off the referee right onto the stick of Eliana. She brings it into the slot and scores! Grand Forks gets a deflection in their favor, leads to a grade A scoring opportunity, and Eliana takes advantage. Let's take a look at that replay. Not entirely sure. I don't think we captured it. I apologize for that. I'll take ownership over that one. It's 1-0, Grand Forks, after a goal from Eliana. With 6:29 remaining. It's Yana giving the Knightriders a 1-0 lead, and then having to make a big save was Fiala on the other end. That shot coming from Minot's number 9, Kirsten Ziska. At the 10:31 mark of period 1, it's Yana scoring unassisted. The confirmation coming from the public address announcer below us here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. And icing is waved off. Giving chase for Grand Forks is Chloe Erickson. Good hustle. Passes back to Balick. Balick shot almost going to that far high glove side spot in the net, but a spectacular glove save there from Faith Seekings to keep this a 1-goal game with just over 6 minutes remaining in the hockey game. In period number 1, rather. Right now, it's the Yana goal that is the difference. Another face-off win. A lot of clean face-off victories for the Knightriders tonight. It's led to some opportunities in the offensive zone, hoping for another one. A shot from the point coming from Nora Lord is blocked on its way towards the net. Loose puck goes to the far wall. And Bryn Hansen will direct it to her defensive partner, Rhea Berube. Finally, Minot with a nice clean breakout pass, getting connected with Julia Stoner. Stoner almost with a turnover at the red line. Finally, Grand Forks will take possession in their own zone. It's Chesney Sigdahl skating with it. Sigdahl finding open ice, crosses center ice, enters the attacking zone, looking to make a move on the defender, but the loose puck will slide all the way to the netminder Seekings, and we'll have a stoppage with 5:12 remaining. Here in period number 1, still 1-0 for the Knightriders on our All True Health System scoreboard. 15-2 are the shots on net in favor of Grand Forks. Botnan holds the zone on the far side. She'll ring it around behind the net. Down low is Paige Meager trying to force it in front of the crease. Leads to a scrum. Loose puck. Good job by Sigdahl to gain possession. She'll pass this one to Meager in the slot. A lot of congestion, and the puck will go to the far wall. Good job by Botnan to hold offensive zone possession. Centering feed getting taken down in front of the net. No call is cool. Still not out of the defensive zone for Minot. A shot from Hazel O'Connell from the near half wall will be a glove save made by Faith Seeking. She'll hold on to that one, and we'll have a stoppage with 4:38 remaining in the first period. Grand Forks has been spectacular in the face-off circle. It's allowed them to really pile on the advantage in terms of offensive zone possession, and there's another clean face-off victory. Comes back to O'Connell at the point. Her shot hits traffic on the way. Loose puck collected by Minot's Bryn Hansen. She'll skate it out. Hansen enters the attacking zone. Pass to the far side. Stoner looking for a shot that is deflected. Good job by Botnan to force a deflection on that scoring chance on the rush for Minot. Now Botnin below the goal line. Swings it to the near hash marks. Nice touch play by Meager. She directs it to Sigdahl. Sigdahl now on a breakaway. Backhand save is made by Seekings. Good puck movement by Grand Forks. An excellent move put on by Chesney Sigdahl against the Minot defender, leading to a breakaway opportunity, but Seeking stands tall. Balick with a nice defensive play at the Grand Forks line. Now she enters the attacking zone on the far side. She's going to drive wide, circles the net. Surveying her options is Dusty Balick. Brings it back to the point. Yana will throw it back down low, looking for a centering feed to Balick in front for Grand Forks. That was cool. Kilgore will hold the zone on the far blue line. Her cross-ice dump into the near corner is collected by Brentrup. Brentrup will throw it out to center ice while Kilgore collects it, and she'll dump it back deep into the Minot end. Ziska swings it around to the near wall. Balick steps up to hold the offensive zone for Grand Forks. Another point of note that we will discuss during the intermission break is how well these Grand Forks defenders are pinching in the offensive zone to maintain offensive possession. Now Bry with it in the near corner. Balick with a pinch, unsuccessful that time. Minot will clear. With it at center ice is going to be Beta. Beta entering the attacking zone. Gets the puck on her forehand. Shot is deflected and misses wide. Comes to the near corner for Jackson. Jackson will throw a shot towards the net. It misses high and wide. Rings around to the far wall. Grand Forks pokes it out to center ice. Minot will have to regroup. Getting the puck at the red line there was Chloe Erickson. She'll cross ice dump in this one to the far side. Berube is able to clear for Minot North on the far wall. Also fighting for it is Maggie Ackerman. Grand Forks applying pressure. Stepping up was Botnin alongside Jocelyn Kuhl. Minot North will clear, and Botnin will have to regroup. She passes it forward to Kuhl at the Minot line, and she will dump it deep. Back to grab it is Duval for Minot United. A turnover below the goal line leads to a flurry on top of the crease. Puck is still loose. Puck is still loose. No whistle. Finally, Minot clears. Balick holds the zone. Shot towards the net. Just too much traffic in between the shot fired from Balick on top of the near circle and the netminder. Does not make its way on frame. Grand Forks continues with their overbearing forecheck. Shot from O'Connell looking for a tip on front. I think she got one from Nora Lord, but making the save was Seekings. Minot United turns it over below the goal line once again. Sigdahl centering feed. Comes back to Balick. Rebound collected by Sigdahl. Sigdahl has it on her forehand. She's going to drop it off for Paige Meager, and Meager is going to dump this one below the goal line of Minot United. Another good forecheck. Meager stepping forward. Working against the defender, Rhea Berube for Minot United. Berube's going to ring this one, and it hits a stanchion, and that deflection is enough to get by Balick out to center ice. Minot in a line change. O'Connell entering the attacking zone. She's going to drop this one off for Kuhl. Her shot gets stopped on the way. Shot is blocked. Loose puck collected by O'Connell below the Minot goal line. Bryn Hansen has it in the far corner. Hansen is going to elect to skate this one out of her defensive zone. Entering the attacking end for Minot United is Bryn Hansen. Her centering feed is loose on top of the crease. Finally, it goes over to the far wall. Lots of open ice. Jocelyn Kuhl looking for a breakout pass, unable to get connected with the streaking Sigdahl. Good play on the back check there by Bryn Hansen. She's going to move this one forward, and a shot towards the net from Beta misses wide. Minot United looking for an opportunity with just 12 seconds remaining here in period number one. Marto will clear out to center ice. Now it's Grand Forks looking for potentially one more opportunity. Stepping up is Marto. A shot from Bry goes into the glove of the netminder, Faith Sickings, as time expires. So after 17 minutes of play, it is Grand Forks leading Minot United by a score of 1-0. That goal coming at the 10:31 mark of period number one, coming from Ella Yana. We're going to take a quick break, hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll bring you through a scoring summary and talk about period number one and what both teams are going to look to improve going into period number two. This is Knightrider Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersSales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Spray it. Welcome to our first intermission report here in Grand Forks. The Knightriders, after one period of play, leading Minot United by a score of 1-0 on our Ultra Health System scoreboard. We're now in the intermission break. This intermission break brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and also High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. I was just handed the official score sheet from period number 1 from our colleagues down at the scoring table inside of the penalty box. That first goal was in fact scored at the 10:31 mark of period number 1. It's Eliana, the goal scorer for Grand Forks. We'll pull up our tools of the game that we took a look at during our pregame report. These tools of the game brought to you by State Farm Logan Karski Agency. You'll see Eliana was not one of those players featured. However, she is an impact player on that top line alongside Ella Bry and Elena Marto. That goal was unassisted at even strength. Only one penalty in period number 1, and that came at the 3:10 mark of the first. A hooking minor assessed against Minot United's Ava Bita. Grand Forks was unable to convert on that power play. However, they were able to generate a plethora of scoring chances on the man advantage. However, the only goal scored in period number 1 came at even strength. After one period, the shots on net heavily in favor of Grand Forks over Minot. It's 22-2 in that department. Grand Forks over Minot United. However, where it matters on the scoreboard, it is still just 1-0 in favor of the Knightriders. Taking a look at the quality scoring chances, 0 listed for Minot United. Grand Forks had 4, so they were able to convert on one of those quality scoring chances. Once again, that goal scored unassisted by Eliana. And then in terms of face-offs, that was something that we were noting in that first period, or at least I was noting up here in the press box. Grand Forks appeared to be winning a majority of the face-offs, and a little bit tighter in that department than what I anticipated based off of the eye test in period number 1. Officially, it's 11-7 in favor of the Knightriders over Minot United in the face-off circle in the first period. Maybe it was more notable because those face-off wins from Grand Forks, a lot of those draws originating in the offensive zone for the Knightriders, and they were immediately able to apply the pressure after those face-off victories. So some more impactful face-off victories for the Knightriders, certainly a department that Minot United would like to improve in. Once again, this is the first intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. Quality water will improve every aspect of your life. Better tasting water, clearer skin, and softer clothes. Upgrade your water system today at High Plains Water, them in Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel in business since the 19th century. The sponsors of our intermission break tonight and all season long on the KNOX Live Sports Network. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll wrap up this first intermission report and get ready for period number 2. This is Knightrider Hockey on KNOX.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Big Jim's Tire is the area's #1 farm and ag tire supplier, and with harvest here, you want the best. Best tires, best service, and Big Jim's will get it done fast to get you moving again. Big Jim's Tire, Grand Forks.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Nothing feels or performs better than a properly fitted golf club. Whether it's irons, driver, or putter, call us today for your free club fitting. For over 30 years, the Golf Center in Grand Forks has been your club fitting leader.
Valley Truck in East Grand Forks is proud to support our local high school athletes. With over 400 years of combined experience, they keep our community moving on and off the field. Trusted repairs, quality parts, and support for the next generation.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
We very much take a lot of pride in our work. Customer service has always been our #1.
We have the best materials. You're going to have the best people in the area to do the job.
If you can dream it up, we can make it happen.
Or head to gworkslf.com to get started.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new. Big or small, Finest Auto Trim can cover it all. To get a quote, go to finestautotrim.com.
Welcome back to our first intermission report in this North Dakota girls high school hockey matchup between Grand Forks and Minot on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. After the opening 17 minutes, the only goal on our scoreboard coming from Eliana unassisted at the 10:31 mark of period number 1. Have to mention that scoring summary is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. The light does shine brighter. The sponsor of our scoring summary and every goal that is scored tonight and all season long. Trust the employee-owned electrical company for your home projects and commercial builds. Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of our Light the Lamp segment here on KNOX Live Sports. We continue on in this intermission report as the Zamboni comes off the ice after making an additional lap. And we'll take a look at the keys to the game that we highlighted during the pregame show. For Minot, we mentioned that they're going to want to limit the penalties, and so far after one period, they're the only team to take a trip to the penalty box, but that one penalty did not hurt Minot United. Grand Forks was unable to take advantage on the power play. So successful for Minot in one of those two departments and in the second department as well. They're doing a good job of putting bodies in between the shooter and the net. In the defensive zone is Minot, so blocking a handful of shots. Don't have shot attempts listed on our official box score here, but still Grand Forks able to rifle off 22 shots on net. 21 of those were saved by the netminder for Minot United, Faith Seekings, who came into tonight's matchup with a .933 save percentage, and after one period of play has a save percentage over 95%. As for Grand Forks, the keys that we identified during our pregame show is score early, make that 8 first period goals on the season for the Knightriders after that goal scored by Eliana. So they were able to take advantage or accomplish one of the objectives that were laid out in front of them before the start of tonight's matchup against Minot. And then the second goal was being crisp on D. So far this season, Grand Forks has been scoring 3.55 goals per game as opposed to the 2.18 goals against that they've been giving up to their opponents so far this season. And oftentimes you'll hear the old saying that sometimes your best offense is a good defense. Well, tonight it's the opposite for Grand Forks. A good offense has been a good defense. The puck has predominantly been in the attacking end for the Knightriders. They have done a good job of tilting the ice. Feels like they almost had to Zamboni only the attacking zone for Grand Forks in this last period, doing an excellent job. And of course the defenders for the Knightriders playing their part offensively. So they're chipping in, and we made the comment in that first period how aggressive the defenders are for the Knightriders in terms of pinching on the wall, coming in from their spot on the blue line to maintain offensive zone possession. They've been doing that consistently throughout the course of tonight's matchup against Minot. Certainly something that has to have been preached in the locker room from the coaching staff for the Knightriders. So what's Minot going to have to do to improve in period number 2? Well, defensively, they're going to want to limit those turnovers from the top of the circles in their own end and the blue line. That is a danger area. That's where a turnover took place that led to a scoring opportunity and a goal for Grand Forks. That's the area of the ice where Eliana forced a turnover and was able to skate it onto her forehand and rifle a wrist shot that beat the netminder high glove side. So they're going to want to limit those turnovers in the defensive zone. And for Grand Forks, just keep on doing what you're doing. I thought they did a good job of putting bodies in front, trying to take away the vision of the star sophomore goaltender for Minot, Faith Seekings. Just continue to do what you do and try to get some of those greasy goals right on top of the paint. They don't ask you how, they ask you how many. So certainly Grand Forks is going to want to continue that aggressive attack the net mentality that we saw in period number 1. Continue to fire shots on net. We're going to take one final break. When we come back, we'll have period 2. This is Knightriders versus Minot on KNOX Live Sports.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
All right, we are back. Let's put 17 minutes back up onto the clock and get ready for period number 2 with a fresh sheet of ice. Leanne Murphy, the linesman, making sure everyone is ready to roll. Grand Forks will be making their way from left to right on your screen here in the second period. Minot United working from right to left. And center ice face-off victory for Grand Forks immediately goes below the goal line of Minot. They're going to try to break it out along the far side. Diedrichsen facing pressure. Passes it back to Berube. Berube back to Diedrichsen, looking to get connected with the streaking Julia Stoner. But the pass too strong all the way down. Icing is killed off. Kilgore collects it below her goal line. Passes it to Dusty Balick. Dusty Balick chips it high off the glass, goes all the way down and just barely misses the net. So that will be whistled for an icing. Just 33 seconds here into period number 2. Still 1-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. We'll have a defensive zone draw for the Knightriders. To the left of their starting netminder tonight, it's the junior Claire Fiala getting the nod tonight from her head coach, Kelly Kilgore. Just her 3rd start of the season. Defensive zone draw victory for Grand Forks. O'Connell has it below her goal line. She's getting pressured from Ackerman. We'll go over to Botnan, and she'll chip it high off the glass once again. This one goes all the way down the length of the ice, but this time makes its way on net. Hopping right on top of it without any second guesses there was Faith Seekings, the goaltender for Minot. So we'll have another stoppage just 50 seconds into this second period. Now it will be an offensive zone draw for Grand Forks to the right of Seekings. Defensive zone draw victory for Minot United by Ackerman. Comes to the near side. Another good job pinching there by Botnan. Gets rung around all the way to the far hash marks, and getting this one out of the defensive zone for Minot is Ayla Jackson. Retreating back below her own goal line is Marto. Marto puts on the brakes to evade a Minot forechecker, skates it to the far side, and is able to pass it forward to Bry. Bry then with a nice touch pass gets connected with Eliana. 2-on-1 developing for Grand Forks. Nice pass, Bry all by herself. A highlight reel goal for the Knightriders. They score with 15:30 remaining in period number 2 to make it a 2-0 hockey game, and that was a highlight reel goal. We'll show you that replay, brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. An absolutely beautiful goal as we will watch this play develop. Yana coming in, uses the backhand to give it to Bry, streaking towards the net, and she beats the goaltender high blocker side, and it is a 2-0 game with 15:30 remaining here in period number 2. So that's Yana's second point of the game. Yana from Bry, or Bry from Yana makes it 2-0. A pretty goal, and that is definitely a candidate for our play of the game. Crisp puck movement for Grand Forks. Dare I say, tic-tac-toe goal on the rush. A 2-on-1 was developing, sensing that was Yana. Grand Forks still hungry for more. Nora Lord throwing a shot towards the net. Save is made by Seekings. Rebound goes to the far wall. And it will be Minot's number 13, Ayla Jackson, clearing it out to center ice. Kilgore collects it at the red line. She dumps it back into the Minot end, but quickly it will be Hansen throwing it back to the neutral zone. Kilgore gives it right back to Hansen. This time she's going to skate it out to the Minot line. She'll cough it up, and throwing it back into the attacking end for Grand Forks will be Chloe Erickson. Minot looking for a clean breakout to the near wall. It's pushed forward by Ziska. Ziska passing it forward, trying to get connected with Bryn Hansen. It's too strong. It'll be Dusty Balick leaving it for Hazel O'Connell in the near corner. O'Connell to Lord. Lord with the turnover at the blue line. Loose puck collected by O'Connell. Pass to the far red line. Waiting for it there was Balick. It was in her skates. Loose puck comes to Grand Forks' Chloe Erickson. She will dump it deep, and now O'Connell with an opportunity at the top of the far circle. Save is made by Seekings. Rebound goes to the far wall. Minot clears to center ice. Retreating back to her own end for Grand Forks is going to be Chesney Sigdahl. Sigdahl behind her own net, throws it to the far corner for Balick. Balick is just going to throw it off the glass, trying to get connected with a streaking Paige Meager, and Meager is able to get to the puck before it crosses the goal line, so icing is waved off. Ava Beta not able to clear for Minot. O'Connell holds the blue line, pokes it forward. Kuhl gives it to Sigdahl. Sigdahl drops it off for Botnan. Botnan back down low for Sigdahl in the near corner, looking for an odd angle shot. Another centering feed from Kuhl from behind the net, comes back to the point. Botnan will direct it to Sigdahl. Sigdahl, nice pass. Meager in the high slot will score. Grand Forks with more impressive puck movement. They make it 3-0. That goal is scored by Grand Forks' number 16, Paige Meager, with 13:05 remaining in period number 2. That is going to be Paige Meager scoring that one. Let's show you that replay, brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Another strong forecheck for Grand Forks. Botnan slides it over to Sigdahl in the near corner. Sigdahl finding Meager in the high slot, and she is able to beat the netminder low glove side, rather. And we will continue to play on. The Knightriders now with a 3-0 lead, looking for more. It's Sigdahl coming in by herself, and she will score! Grand Forks with 2 goals, 9 seconds apart. They have blown this one wide open. It is now 4-0, Grand Forks leading Minot United. Let's take a look at that replay. And that replay brings us all the way back to that last goal, the replay that we previously showed you. And it's Sigdahl scoring this one. And it is now 4-0, 3 goals for Grand Forks in the opening 4 minutes of the period. Those two most recent goals scored only 9 seconds apart. Grand Forks has blown this game wide open, taking advantage of all their premium scoring opportunities so far this period. It's now 4-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. We'll have a heavy scoring summary to read you through for next period, for the next intermission break, rather. Marto with it in her own end, dangerously trying to avoid pressure coming from Minot's Maggie Ackerman. Elizabeth Kilgore throws it high off the glass, looking for a stretch pass to get connected with Ella Bry. Pass too strong, and it will be whistled for an icing, so the face-off will come back to the Grand Forks zone with 12:16 remaining in period number 2. Grand Forks piling it on here in period number 2. Shots on net now 28-2 in favor of the Knightriders. Offensive zone draw victory for Minot. It will be Ziska ringing it around to the near corner. Waiting for it there is Kilgore for Grand Forks. She pokes it forward for Marto. She passes it to herself off the wall. And then her centering feed trying to get connected with the streaking Bry. Bry will chase it to the far wall and throw it below the goal line of Minot. Minot with a quick breakout. They're able to deflect it out to center ice. Balick has it at her own line. She passes it to the near red line for Kilgore. And Kilgore will chip it off the wall, collected by Minot at their own blue line. Brentrup has it. Brentrup unable to clear. Yana below the goal line. Yana will give it back to the point for Balick. Balick's shot misses high and wide. It will be deflected to the near hash marks. O'Connell gives chase. Now it comes back to the point for Marto. Her shot is errant. Misses wide to the left. Goes over to the far corner. Yana applying the pressure. Now Marto with an odd angle shot. Save is made. Rebound is still loose. Comes to the near wall. Chloe Erickson gives chase. Grand Forks really starting to apply the pressure. Erickson with it on top of the crease. Backhand shot. No good. Save is made by Seekings. Rebound is touched up by Minot, and they will go to the penalty box as we have our first media timeout here in the second. It is 4-0 Knightriders over Minot with 11:05 remaining in the second. This is North Dakota Girls High School Hockey on the KNOX Live Sports Network.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
Welcome back to the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. That media timeout brought to you by Eagles Crest. 11:05 to play here in period number 2. Grand Forks already with 3 in this middle frame. And now they head to the RBB Electric power play. Serving the penalty for Minot will be Chelsea Ziska. Did not get a sight on what the call was from the officiating crew. Defensive zone draw won by Minot. Skating with speed is Bryn Hansen. She tries to split the defense, has it below the goal line of Grand Forks, and she's pressed up against the end wall by Hazel O'Connell. O'Connell receiving support from Sigdahl. Still, however, it's Bryn Hansen with the puck pressed up against the wall. Now Hansen continuing to fight for it, brings it to the near half wall. It pokes loose. Chesney Sigdahl collects it, and she will skate into the attacking zone for the Knightriders. Trying to find a streaking Kiera Botnan. Botnan chases it to the far corner, back to the point. Sigdahl throws it to the far corner for Botnan. Botnan trying to get connected with O'Connell at the top of the far circle. That one was broken up by Julia Stoner, and she will clear. Grand Forks will have to collect it at their own blue line. Doing so is Chesney Sigdahl. She'll pass it to the near side for Paige Meager. Meager gets taken down at the Grand Forks blue line. However, Grand Forks is able to skate it through the neutral zone. Entering the attacking zone now is Bry. Bry pass to the far side, trying to get connected with Cool, streaking towards the net. Pass behind its intended target. Now Grand Forks will set up their power play with 50 seconds remaining on the skater advantage. Shot, save made by Seeger, and she'll hop on that second rebound with 9:52 remaining in the second, 48 seconds remaining on the RBB Electric power play for Grand Forks. Stick with us for this second intermission report. We'll show you highlights from all the goals that were scored here in the second period. Grand Forks maintaining offensive zone possession. Now just 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Jan at the top of the far circle fires a shot. Glove save is made by Seekings. She'll hold on to that one with just under 9:30 remaining here in the second period. Just 24 seconds remaining on the skater advantage for the Knightriders. They'll have an offensive zone draw that will be taken to the right of Faith Seekings, the sophomore netminder for Minot United. Defensive zone draw won by Minot, and they will clear. Doing so for Minot United will be number 18, Rhea Berube. It'll be Fiala leaving this one for Marto. Marto receives a return pass from Ella Yana. Now she skates out of the defensive zone and will glide through the neutral zone, entering the attacking end for Grand Forks. Throws a shot towards the net. It's deflected. Comes to the near wall. Minot back to even strength. We play 5-on-5. Fresh out of the penalty box for Minot was Knutson. And Knutson will throw this one deep into the attacking end for Minot. Now a shot from the far side coming from Berube. It's blocked. Yana has it below her own goal line. Pass to the near hash marks. Marto loses control. She receives some support from Kilgore, and Kilgore will clear it out towards center ice. Berube collects it at her own blue line. Passes it off the wall, attempting to get connected with Diedrichsen. It'll be a turnover at the Minot blue line. Delayed offsides. Grand Forks will have to touch up. Instead, it's Minot skating out of their own zone. It's Maggie Ackerman. She runs into a Grand Forks defender at the Grand Forks blue line. Now here's an opportunity for Erickson. Puck poked away from her at the last second. She'll turn around and throw a shot towards the net from the top of the far circle, and it misses wide. Comes to the near wall. Nora Lord maintaining offensive zone possession for the Knightriders. She skates it into the near corner, puts on the brakes, and a Minot defender will gain possession and flip it into the Minot bench. So we'll have a stoppage with just under 8 minutes remaining here in the second. It's 4-0. 3 goals scored in this second period by the Knightriders have blown this game wide open. 4-0 on our All True Health System scoreboard. Grand Forks also leading in the shots department. 32-2 in that category. Minot with a defensive zone draw victory. Foul, passes it to the far wall. Waiting for it there was Diedrichsen. Grand Forks will force a turnover, and Botnan has it at her own line. She crosses center ice and will dump this one deep below the goal line of Minot. On the forecheck is Chloe Erickson. Erickson looking for a centering feed. It goes all the way through the slot onto the stick of Diedrichsen. Diedrichsen will clear for Minot. Regaining possession is Cool. She throws a shot on net from the blue line. Rebound goes to the far wall. Grand Forks not able to get a scoring chance on that sequence. It will be Diedrichsen with it at the red line. She has it taken away. Chloe Erickson back to Botnan. Botnan's pass through the neutral zone into the skates of Lord. Loose puck collected by Erickson. She'll dump this one deep, and Seekings will drop it for her defender. And ringing this one all the way around is Brielle Brentrup. Comes to the Grand Forks blue line. Sigdahl collects it, showcases her skating ability, weaving through center ice. She'll cough it up at the red line. Taking it away there for Minot was Mallory Fowl. Below the goal line of Minot. Signal, centering feed, and a goal. Grand Forks scores to make it 5-0. We'll capture that replay. Leading the scoring line is Paige Meager. She has her second of the night. This replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. And you'll see Sigdahl with it in the corner, and just a no-look backhand pass will find Meager streaking towards the net, and she hammers it home on the far post. Grand Forks extends their lead to 5 with 6:40 remaining here in the second period. An offensive explosion for the Knightriders here in period number 2. 4 goals in the middle frame to stretch the lead to 5. Load in some of these highlights for you. We'll have them available for you during our intermission report. Now Minot with an opportunity. Nice play by Balick to deny an opportunity for Stoner. Now Stoner has it on the far side. Her shot not able to make its way on frame. And Grand Forks will clear this one out towards center ice to put an end to that offensive opportunity for Minot United. And I'll resume my play-by-play responsibilities. Loading in all those highlights will be a jam-packed second intermission report, so please do stay with us. Grand Forks leading 5-0 over Minot United, scoring 4 goals here in this second period. Puck now pressed up against the far wall in the defensive zone for the Knightriders. Battling for it for Minot is Ava Sveet. Comes back to the point. Brentrup will throw it to the near corner. Marteau gives chase. She receives some support from O'Connell. She'll swing it around to the far hash marks. Ella Bry trying to poke it forward. And finally, she will receive some support from O'Connell, and it comes out to the center ice. Nice play made at the Minot line by Ackerman. Her pass to the near side gets connected with Knutson, and she'll dump it deep. O'Connell collects it behind the Grand Forks Knightrider line. Knightriders able to clear out to center ice. A turnover at the blue line for Grand Forks. Marteau looking for a centering feed, trying to get connected with Yana. Passes behind its intended target. Could have been another opportunity for the Knightriders on the rush. They've had much success with that here in the middle frame. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the second period. Don't believe Grand Forks has allowed a shot on net here in the second period. They have not. The shots on net after the opening period was 22-2, and now it's 34-2. Balick's breakout pass, little miscommunication, forces Minot to retreat to their own zone. Collecting it there will be Ziska. Zisko rings it around to the far half wall. Good pinch by Balick. Kuhl throws a shot towards the net. It's blocked, comes back to center ice. Kilgore has it at the red line, passes it to her defensive partner, Dusty Balick, and she'll throw this one on net from the blue line. Rebound corralled by Minot's number 18, Rhea Berube, and her clearing attempt unsuccessful. Berube has it once again below her own goal line. Balick pinching once again to the far half wall. We're bringing it around to the near corner. Sigdahl collects it. Sigdahl looking for a centering feed, skating back towards the center of the ice. She's going to drop this one, a shot on net. It's going to be a save made, shot coming from Ava Walsh, and we will have another media timeout, so we will be right back. It's 5-0 Knightriders over Minot on KNOX Live Sports. We'll be right back.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Knightrider hockey on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. Just under 3 minutes to go here in the second, and it's been a second period that has been significantly in favor of the Knightriders. They've put 4 into the back of the net, so we'll have a very active second intermission report for you in just a couple of moments, so please do stay with us. We'll show you the highlights from all 4 of these goals that were scored in the middle frame, bring you through a scoring summary, and then break down what we expect from the third period. That play is whistled dead from the head official on the near side. And it'll be another defensive zone draw victory for Minot United, doing a better job in the faceoff circle here in the second period. Stoner going end-to-end, being harassed the entire way. Good defense being provided by Kilgore. She'll hand Stoner off to Balick, who presses Stoner up against the wall in the near corner. Puck pokes loose, comes to Walsh. Walsh to the Minot line, trying to pass it through the neutral zone. It's broken up at the Minot blue line. Pass up to Stoner. She enters the attacking zone with room to skate. Utilizes her backhand, dumps it to the near corner. Walsh has it. She'll pass it off the end wall to herself. Creates some skating room. She tries to flip that one forward. It goes to Meager at the Grand Forks blue line. And Meager will continue to whack at it. It comes out to center ice. Grand Forks has time to break it out with Kilgore now. Kilgore to Meager at the far wall. Meager moves it forward. Icing called off after Sigdahl is able to get a stick on that one in midair. Bryn Hansen trying to skate it out of her own end. She does so, has it taken away. Grand Forks will regroup in the neutral zone. Elena Marto collects a loose puck. 1:45 to go here in the second period. Minot desperately wanting this period to come to an end. Kilgore to Balick. Balick passes it forward to Bry. Bry with a nice touch pass to herself, but it's taken away by Hansen. Hansen gets thrown up against the Grand Forks bench, not able to clear the zone. Eliana drops it off for Marto. Marto loses possession as she was winding up for a wrist shot. Gives Minot an opportunity to break it out of their own zone. Pass to Bryn Hansen as she enters the attacking end for Minot. Gets it on her forehand and scores! Minot gets on the board. It is 5-1. With 1:07 remaining in period number 2. We'll show you that replay brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency. Correction, that is not the replay we intended to show you. We did not capture the replay from the most previous goal, so instead, in this second intermission report, we'll show you all the Grand Forks goals that were scored in that second period. But that Minot goal scored by Bryn Hansen to put Minot United on the board. Their third shot on net of the night goes into the back of the net. The Grand Forks lead cut down to 4 in the final minute of period number 2. Nora Lord back to the point for O'Connell. O'Connell will deposit it back behind the net of Minot. Jocelyn Kuhl with a solid forecheck. Receiving some support down low from Chloe Erickson. It's Erickson and Kuhl going after it for Grand Forks. Puck prize free to Minot's number 9, Ziska. Ziska loses control, led to an opportunity for Kuhl right on top of the crease. She was not able to gain possession. And it's Botnan with it at her own blue line. She passes it forward to Lord. Lord looking for a touch pass, trying to get that one to Sigdahl. Hops over Sigdahl's stick, and Minot will clear it out to center ice. Just 5 seconds remaining in the period. O'Connell takes a look up at the scoreboard. Has to get a shot off. Comes to the near side. Ava Walsh right as time expires, so that will do it After the second period of play, Grand Forks leading by a score of 5-1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. We're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll show you the highlight from each one of those Knightrider goals scored in the middle frame. We'll be right back. This is Knightrider Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting someone who pays attention to the little things that make a big difference. And to keep your family cool this summer, it takes Bryant.
Connect with Thermal Air today, your Bryant certified dealer.
In Grand Forks, it's about more than just where you live. It's about the people you trust when life happens.
At Logan Karski State Farm, we're proud to protect what matters most. I'm Logan Karski with State Farm, and we'd be honored to be your good neighbor.
When the lights go out, count on the pros. Bergstrom Electric in Grand Forks, the area's largest full-service electrical contractor. From commercial builds to homes, they're trusted for quality, safety, and award-winning work. Call today, 701-775-8897.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Nelson Auto in Grand Forks is proud to sponsor area athletics. We know the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto in Grand Forks, home to Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Pick 6 for $19.99, a perfect meal for two.
That's gotta rhyme.
Well, how about munching on Pick 6, my mouth going yap, yap. People always staring at my wings, they go flap, flap. Dave is so surprised because he didn't know I'd rap. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
H&S Electrical Services is proud to support local high school sports. From homes to industry, we deliver safe, reliable electrical solutions. Locally owned and operated, our skilled team ensures quality and service you can trust. H&S, trusted in your homes and businesses.
Welcome to the second intermission report on our coverage of Grand Forks Knightrider Hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales KNOX Live Sports Network. After 2 periods of play, it's the Knightriders leading by 5-1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. 4 goals scored in that second period. I'm going to wait to show you the highlights until I have a scoring summary in front of me that will likely be promptly provided in a matter of moments. Once we receive that scoring summary, we'll show you all of those goals that Grand Forks scored in that second period. In the meantime, let's give a shout out to our intermission sponsors. The sponsors of our intermission are High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water, and also Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. So we will await for this scoring summary. As we do, we'll provide some general commentary from that second period. Minot only registering 1 shot on net in that second period. However, that 1 shot that they threw on net was the last goal that was scored in a 5-0 game. Minot, the last team to put the puck into the back of the net. Doing so for Minot United was Bryn Hansen. Bryn Hansen's been all over the ice tonight. The defender for Minot United, a senior leader for Minot. And I believe now I am receiving the scoring summary. Thank you, sir. And we will show you each of these goals that were scored in the second period, starting at the 1:23 mark. This, I believe, was the beautiful one. It was scored by Ella Bry, the assist coming from Ella Yana and Elena Marto. As you'll see, Yana entering the zone, realizing she has a 2-on-1. She drops it off for Ella Bry, and she hammers it home. That was the first goal to make it 2-0 for Grand Forks. Then just over 2 minutes later, it's Paige Meagher scoring on an assist from Chesney Sigdahl. Sigdahl collects it in the near corner. She finds Meagher in the high slot. Meagher dusts it off and then beats the netminder low glove side. That made it in the high slot. And she then just 9 seconds
able
later,
to beat
the netminder
it's
low
Grand
glove
Forks'
side. Chesney Sigdahl getting a goal. Play on. The Knightriders now with a 3-0 lead, looking for more. It's Sigdahl coming in by herself, and she will score! Breakaway scoring. I was thinking about this next goal. This is going to be the goal that made it 4-0. It's Sigdahl with the assist in the near corner. She's going to find Paige Meagher streaking towards the net on the far post. Meagher hammers that one home on the one-timer. So that is what made it 4-0 in favor of Grand Forks. That scoring summary brought to you by our partners at Bergstrom Electric. The light indeed does shine brighter. And then to wrap up the scoring summary at the 15:51 mark with just 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining in the period, it was Bryn Hansen, the senior defender for Minot, hammering it home past the netminder for Grand Forks to bring the score to where it currently stands, 5-1 on our All True Health System scoreboard. One more penalty registered against Minot in that middle frame, so they have had 2 penalties called against them so far. All of the goals from Grand Forks coming at even strength, so the Knightriders are 0 for 2 on the RBB Electric power play, and Grand Forks has managed to stay out of the penalty box through the opening 34 minutes. Kelly Kilgore has to be happy with the discipline that he is seeing from his team so far tonight, and especially with the offensive performance that he's seeing as well. It's the Knightriders leading Minot 5-1 after 2 periods of play. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll show you those highlights again. This is Knightrider Hockey on KNOX Live Sports.
It's game day, and whether you're feeding the family or the entire team, Hugo's is the place to go. Score big with favorites from the meat department, delicious fresh veggies, and don't forget about the bakery to celebrate the big win. Hugo's Family Marketplace, your game day headquarters.
Thief River Glass handles it all. Aluminum storefronts, auto glass, windows, shower enclosures, and more. Just like our athletes, we're built for every season. No job is too big or too small. Call 218-681-1333 for year-round dependable service.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Ready to launch your future? At Northland Community and Technical College, opportunity starts here. Train for high-demand technical and skilled trades or start with an affordable Associates of Arts degree and transfer with ease. Visit northlandcollege.edu.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
For expert sales and service, visit Acme Equipment or online at acmekubota.com.
The body shop you work with is your choice, so pick the local team with the service you trust. Modern Auto Body in Grand Forks can make it look like the accident never happened. Schedule an appointment for an estimate on our website or give us a call.
Welcome back to our second intermission report. We're gearing up for period number 3. A couple of laps remaining for the ice technician here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex after 2 periods of play. It's the Knightriders leading Minot by a score of 5-1. This intermission report is brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the men of steel since the 19th century, and then also High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. An upgrade to your water system will improve every aspect of your life. Better tasting water, clearer skin, and softer clothes. Upgrade your water system today at High Plains Water. Them and Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the sponsors of our intermission reports tonight and all season long on the KNOX Live Sports Network. Felt like we kind of rushed through those Grand Forks goals in the second period, so we'll show you each of those highlights again. These replays brought to you by American Family Insurance, Tyler Nagel Agency, starting off with the goal that made it 2-0 at the 1:23 mark of period number 2. It was Ella Bry scoring a highlight reel goal. The assist coming from Elena Marto and Ella Yana, the one with the primary assist that you see right there. And it's Ella Bry beating the netminder to make it 2-0 for the Knightriders. Then over 2 minutes later, It's going to be Paige Meager scoring a goal, receiving a pass from Chesney Sigdahl in the near corner to Meager in the high slot. Meager is able to beat the netminder low glove side. That made it 3-0 for Grand in the high slot, and then just a matter of moments later, the netminder low glove side rather, and we will continue to play on. The Knightriders now with a 3-0 lead, looking for more. It's Sigdahl coming in by herself, and she will score! The netminder on a partial breakaway. That made it 4-0. And then here's the final goal from Grand Forks in that second period. This one coming from Paige Meager once again. Again, receiving an assist from Chesney Sigdahl, a pass from the near corner, finding Meager streaking towards the net. That made the score 5-0 for Grand Forks in period number 2. Minot was able to put one into the back of the net before the period came to an end. So that brings us to where the score currently stands, 5-1 in favor of the Knightriders over Minot United. That scoring summary once again brought to you by our sponsor, Bergstrom Electric. The light indeed does shine brighter. Trust the employee-owned electrical company in Grand Forks, operating in many other markets as well for your home projects and commercial builds. Bergstrom Electric, the supporter of our scoring summary segment tonight and all season long on KNOX Live Sports. The officials coming back out onto the ice. We're gearing up for period number 3, so we will put 17 minutes back out onto the clock. And we will take one final break. When we come back, we will have the third period of action. This is North Dakota Girls High School Hockey on KNOX.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Welcome back to our coverage of Knightrider hockey on the KNOX Live Sports Network. We're just wrapped up that second intermission report. Intermission report brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and also High Plains Water, getting ready for period number 3. Grand Forks with a 5-1 lead over Minot United. Taking a deeper look at the stat sheet that was provided to us from the public address announcers in the scoring table inside of the penalty box. The shots on net after 2 periods of play still in favor of Grand Forks by a significant margin, 36-3 in that category. 31 saves for Faith Seekings, 2 saves for Claire Fiala, the goaltender for Grand Forks. Quality scoring chances for Grand Forks, 5 of them in that second period. They were able to take advantage on 4 of those scoring chances to stretch the lead to 5, and then finally Minot was able to take advantage of the only quality scoring chance that they have had so far this game. The quality scoring chances through the opening 2 periods, 9 for the Knightriders, 1 for Minot United. And like I made mention in the second period, it felt like Minot United improved inside the face-off circle if they're looking for a bright spot from that middle frame. And they certainly did. Still, the Knightriders with the advantage in the second period on the face-off dot. But the margin narrowed. It was 7-6 in favor of Grand Forks. 18-13 is the total in favor of the Knightriders in the face-off category. We are ready for period number 3 here inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex. My name is Sam Jensen. I'm doing play-by-play for you this evening. And alongside me is Joey Spanger, the cameraman, keeping us on your screen and looking good. Joey made the comment that last goal from Minot United really put a damper on the opportunity for Grand Forks to bring this game into running time. But Grand Forks only needing 2 more to stretch the lead to 6, and then the clock would run continuously. We are underway. Teams fighting for it at the far wall. Eventually it's Nora Lord prying it free and dumping it deep into the Minot end. Lord and Cool down low for the Knightriders, going up against Bryn Hansen. Hansen's going to slide it over to Beta. Beta pass to the near wall. Getting that one out is Berube. Moving it forward to Beta. 2-on-1 developing for Minot. Beta shot on the rush. Nice glove save by Claire Fiala, her first real test of the game. She will glove that one and hold on to it just 35 seconds into this third period. So it'll be a defensive zone draw for the Knightriders to the left of Fiala. Taking it will be Ella Yana going up against Isabel Knudsen. Yana wins the faceoff, back to Balick. Balick slides it to Kilgore, then Kilgore gives it right back to Balick, who throws it high off the glass, but not out. Now it comes out to the neutral zone. Giving chase is Elena Marto. She'll skate past the puck, leaving it for Ella Bride. Ooh, almost a dangerous turnover for Ella Yana in the offensive zone for Grand Forks. Kilgore collects it in the neutral zone. She's going to fire a shot, but the puck still sticking to the ice that is relatively wet. Grand Forks will maintain offensive zone possession. Yana pass off the wall. Bry in the high slot. Shot gets blocked. Marto with the loose puck in the low slot on the right-hand side, trying to fire a shot off on a rolling puck. The shot will go wide of the net. Grand Forks still maintaining a strong forecheck, centering feed. Ella Bry trying to direct that one towards the net. Instead, it misses high. Will go over to the far wall where Bryn Hansen will throw this one all the way down. Icing is called off. There was a good puck race between Balick and Ayla Jackson of Minot. Comes back to the Minot blue line, played by Ziska. Ziska trying to work it up the near wall. It'll be a turnover collected by Grand Forks' Ella Yana. Ella Yana circling the wagons. Back to the point for Botnin. Botnin trying to corral a rolling puck. She's able to hold off the Minot forward. Now it's Botnin being pressed up against the wall. Teams fighting for possession near the Minot line. And eventually it's Paige Meager prying it loose, and she'll cross ice dump this one into the near side. Now Meager has it, weaving through the defense, gives it to O'Connell. O'Connell's shot from the blue line is saved. It goes right underneath the pad of Faith Seekings. We have some extracurriculars after the whistle as some Grand Forks forwards are trying to whack that one in after the whistle. But that shot from O'Connell gets wedged in between the pad of Seekings and the ice. And that will lead to a stoppage with 14:30 remaining here in the third period. Grand Forks still leading 5-1. O'Connell at the point, looking for a deflection. It goes on net. Rebound goes to the far wall. Sigdahl back to Botnin. Botnin back down low for Sigdahl. Sigdahl, that's been a great area of the ice for her to operate in so far. Already with a couple of assists, getting connected with Meager. Now a shot, juicy rebound, cleared out of harm's way by the Grand Forks defense. Shot fired off by Minot United's number 8, Julia Stoner. Now it's Sigdahl skating through center ice, entering the attacking end, driving wide, throwing it towards the front of the net. Throwing a shot towards the net was Chloe Erickson from an odd angle, probably trying to get that one towards the front of the net from behind the goal line. Minot United's Stoner will clear this one all the way down. That will result in an icing with 13:41 remaining in period number 3. An offensive zone draw upcoming for the Knightriders. It will be taken to the left of the sophomore goaltender for Minot, Faith Seekins. 38 shots on net for Grand Forks, 33 saves for Seekings. Cool will take this face-off going up against Ackerman from Minot. Cool wins it back to Kilgore. And before I can even start the clock, Kilgore throws a shot towards the net, and it goes into the chest of Seekings. She will hold on to it, and we'll have a face-off from the same spot. Cool looking for a same result. And this time it is going to be Ackerman winning it for Minot, but an opportunity for Grand Forks right in front of the net. Having it right on top of the crease was Chloe Erickson. Holding the zone is Balick. And the Grand Forks forecheck continues their tenacious activity so far tonight. There's Balick with another offensive zone hold. This time it just barely comes out into the neutral zone. Kilgore will have to retreat back to her defensive end. She'll work it up along the near wall. Nice touch pass, and Cool picks it up 2-on-1. Cool coming in with Lord. Cool throws a shot on net. Save made by Seekings. Back to Botnin. Botnin looking for a deflection. It goes off the post. Loose puck goes all the way to the far wall. Ackerman will work it up the wall, comes out to center ice. Balick has it. Minot going for a line change. Balick realizing that, skates it into the attacking end for the Knightriders. Has it on the backhand. Shot gets deflected. Puck collected by Duval behind the net. She'll ring it around to the far blue line. Kilgore holds the zone for the Knightriders. Now it's Ackerman behind the net for Minot. Has it taken away by Marteau. Marteau. Pass in the slot to Yana on the right-hand side. That puck will be deflected. Minot throws it out to the neutral zone, and it's Botnin re-entering the attacking end for Grand Forks. She'll drop it off for Bry. Bry's shot from the far wall. Long distance opportunity. Glove save made by Seekings, and Grand Forks are really racking up the shots on net here in period number 3. Already 7 shots on net. Just 4 minutes and 39 seconds into this third period. Beta gets it out to the center ice for Minot. Grand Forks will gain possession there. Pass to O'Connell. Her shot on net, just dumping that one into the attacking zone. Seekings will hold on to it for yet another stoppage with 11:56 to go on our All True Health System scoreboard. It still reads Knightriders leading Minot United by a score of 5-1. Paige Meager has a pair of goals. Chesney Sigdahl with 3 points. And we'll bring you through a comprehensive scoring summary during our post-game report. A dump in from Minot United. Fiala will just hop on top of this one, and we're moving at a pretty slow pace here in the third period. Yet another stoppage, this time with 11:41 to go in period number 3. It will be a defensive zone draw for the Knightriders to the right of their junior goaltender, Claire Fiala, getting the nod in net tonight over the usual starter for Grand Forks, Kylie Schmaltz. Minot with an offensive zone draw win. Hansen throwing a shot towards the net from the blue line. Puck is still loose in front of the crease. Good job getting that one out of harm's way is O'Connell for Grand Forks. Now it's a foot race. Ava Walsh working up against Berube, and Berube will tie up Walsh, and the loose puck is collected by Minot's Foul. Foul throws it out to center ice. Botnin will step up to intercept that pass. Re-enters the attacking zone, quickly has it taken away by Bryn Hansen. Hansen will move this one up to Ayla Jackson. Jackson will cross center ice and dump this one below the goal line of Grand Forks. Collected there by Kiera Botnin. Botnin's breakout pass broken up by Hansen. She'll ring it around to the near hash marks. And then it will be Balick who gets a deflection. So icing is waved off. Hansen working against Cool. And Hansen will deflect this one all the way down the length of the ice, and not a deflection from Hansen, but the referees are saying that there was a deflection, so icing has been waved off. We continue to play on. Nice breakout pass. Here's Nora Lord, 3-on-1 developing for Grand Forks. Lord in the high slot, throwing a shot towards the net, but it is blocked by Brielle Brentrup. The attack still on for Grand Forks. It's Cool below the net. Cool getting some support from Lord. Lord centering feed, gives it to Chloe Erickson. Erickson passes it towards the middle of the ice. It's broken up by Ava Beta. Beta enters the attacking zone. Stepping up is Balick to separate Beta from the puck. And Kilgore will collect it and pass it to the near side for Erickson. Erickson entering the attacking zone is rubbed off the puck by Berube. Berube will ring it around all the way to the far half wall for Stoner. Stoner runs into traffic there, stopped at the Minot blue line. Finally, Minot's able to get it out to center ice. Ella Bry quickly re-enters the attacking zone for the Knightriders. Her shot on net, save made by Seekings. So we'll get a stoppage with 9:27 to go in period number 3. 4 goals scored by Grand Forks in period number 2 to blow this game wide open. 5-1 is our score. Under 9.5 to go in regulation. Offensive zone draw 1. O'Connell throwing it towards the net, looking for a deflection. It is deflected, but misses wide. Marto has it below the goal line. Marto throws on the brakes, evades a defender. Marto looking for a return pass from Jana, but a good job breaking that one up for Minot United. Doing so is Ava Svit. Svit crosses center ice. She'll dump this one deep. Back to collect it is Botnan. Breakout pass to the near side for Bry. Bry's centering breakout pass deflected right onto the stick of Jana. Jana drops it off for Marto. Marto gives it back to Jana. Her centering feed trying to find Bry, streaking towards the net. Does not reach its intended target. Bryn Hansen comes back the other way. Hansen has a lane towards the net. She uses her backhand, looking for a pad pass there. Looking for some support on the rush. The save made by Fiala. The rebound out of harm's way. Minot still has it on the Grand Forks end of the ice. Being pressed up against the end wall over there is Ayla Jackson. Skating away with the loose puck is Elena Marto. She'll chip it off the glass. Comes to the Minot blue line. Duval has it there. Duval working it up along the near wall. It's deflected by a Knightrider skater. Icing waved off. Balick rings it around to the near half wall. Meager unable to get it out. Good job by Minot's Mallory Fow to step in to keep that one in the offensive zone for Minot United. And we will have an icing call. Grand Forks clearing this one down the entire length of the ice, and we'll have our final media timeout of the game. It's 5-1, the Knightriders leading Minot United on the KNOX Live Sports Network.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Grand Forks Knightrider hockey on the KNOX Live Sports Network. It's all Knightriders here tonight inside the Blue Line Club Iceplex, leading Minot United by a score of 5-1 with 7:45 remaining in regulation. Trying to work this one towards the net off the faceoff was Beta. Sigdahl has it, and she'll break it out to the far wall. Breakout clearing attempt there from Grand Forks as Ava Walsh gets broken up by Hansen at the far blue line. Now Grand Forks will break it out on the near side. Hansen will retreat back to her own blue line, and she'll skate and weave through the neutral zone, entering the attacking end. She'll rifle off a wrist shot that goes off the post. Goes all the way to the far wall. Stoner working against Walsh. Stoner will get it back to the point. Shot on net, originating from Rhea Berube. Now Sigdahl has it. She crosses center ice, enters the attacking zone, loses possession. Minot will clear all the way down. Coming out of her net to play this one is Fiala, handing it off to Elizabeth Kilgore. Kilgore pass to the far wall at the red line. Getting connected with Ava Walsh, who drops it off for Sigdahl. Sigdahl gets connected with the streaking Chloe Erickson. Erickson will chase it to the near corner. And Ava Walsh with a nice pass. Erickson had some net to work with there, but it goes into the goaltender Faith Seeking's great pass by Ava Walsh to find Erickson on the near side. Pass originating from below the goal line. But the save is made. The score stays 5-1. Under 6:20 to go now in regulation. in front of Minot's bench. They clear it out to center ice. Kilgore has it at the red line. She'll cross ice, dump this one into the far side. Back to collect it is Brentrup. Brentrup loses possession, and a shot on net from Cool. Save made by Seekings once again. Loose puck comes to the near wall. Balick will hold the zone for Grand Forks. Teams fight for it in between the top of the near circle and the blue line. Nora Lord in there. Ella Yana eventually skates out with possession. Yana makes her way towards the net, fires a shot that makes its way on frame. Seekings makes yet another save. Now it's Balick below the goal line looking for a wraparound. It comes to Bry in the high slot. Bry over to Yana. One-time opportunity. Save is made by Seekings. Good puck movement for Grand Forks, setting up a premium scoring chance on the one-timer. Bry moving that one to Yana, one-timing a shot on her forehand at the far face-off circle. Now it's Yana taking the face-off there in the offensive zone for Grand Forks. She wins it forward. Marto will gain possession. Marto being pestered by Hansen. She'll cycle it down low. Great puck movement. Opportunity for Marto in the high slot. Blocker save made by Seekings. More great puck movement from the Knightriders. Now it's Bryn Hansen going end-to-end. She's been the bright spot for Minot United so far tonight. It's been Bryn Hansen and Faith Seekings. Usually that's not a great recipe for success, where the two players that stand out the most are one of your defenders who has stood out with her offensive prowess, has scored a goal tonight for Minot, and then Faith Seekings has made 44 saves. Grand Forks just one shot away from registering their 50th shot on net, 49-8 in favor of the Knightriders in the shot department. Knightriders continue to apply the pressure. Yana drops this one off for Botnan. Botnan shot from the far half wall, save made. That's shot number 50 for the Knightriders. Still on the attack. Botnan throws it below the goal line. It'll be Knutson who will swing it around all the way to the far hash marks, and getting it out for Minot is Mallory Fowl. Forces O'Connell to retreat back to the Knightrider defensive zone. Pass to the near side from Meager. Meager's centering feed. Miscommunication. That centering feed comes as Marto goes to the bench for a line change. Balick with it in her own defensive zone. Chips it off the boards, and it will go to Meager. Meager enters the attacking zone on the left side. Drop pass. Not quite on target, but Balick is able to hold the offensive zone. Now Meager throws it towards the net, looking for a tip from Walsh, who will be rung around all the way to the far wall. Elizabeth Kilgore holds the zone this time for the Knightriders. She throws it towards the net. Puck still loose in the crease, and now Seekings will hop on top of it for a stoppage with 3:30 to go in regulation. It's been all Knightriders all night long, but in particular, especially in periods number 2 and number 3, this might be the best period we've seen in terms of puck possession for the Knightriders. However, it's the only period that they have not put a puck into the back of the net against Minot. 3:28 to go. Final stages of this game. Kelly Kilgore has to be happy with his team's performance. Ava Walsh on top of the crease trying to jam it home, and we have a goal. And we have some extracurriculars after the whistle. Both teams throwing some pushing and shoving. It's going to be a hat trick for Grand Forks is leading the goal scoring line. We're going to have to await the announcement from the public address announcer. This is either going to be, and leading the goal scoring line for Grand Forks is going to be Ava Walsh. So she's able to score her first of the night. And Grand Forks now leads 6-1 with 3:18 to go in regulation. The puck was loose in the crease. Seekings was not on top of it. The officials letting the play develop. Coaching staff from Minot wondering why the whistle was not blown. They're getting an explanation from the head officials, Brady Metcalf and Ty Waterrood. And after the officials hold counsel with the coaching staff from Minot, the goal indeed will stand. So it's a 5-goal lead for the Knightriders in the final stages of this game. believe it was Ava Walsh scoring that most recent goal for Grand Forks. Kilgore without a stick in the near corner. Tough for her to develop a breakout pass. She receives some support from Jocelyn Kuhl. Kuhl unable to clear. Now she'll get another crack at it. She'll skate it behind the net over to the right side of the defensive zone. Once again, not able to get it out. It's Bryn Hansen once again creating a shot for herself. A wicked snapshot there that goes off the pipe. That's the second post Bryn Hansen has hit, and she has the only goal for Minot. An electric flying player for Minot United is their senior defender, Bryn Hansen. Really hard snapshot there. She was able to change the angle of the shot, but it goes off the post. The second time she's rang iron tonight. Under 2:20 to go in regulation. Here's Bryn Hansen once again entering the attacking zone, looking for a shot, trying to beat the netminder Fiala, low blocker side. Fiala's able to steer that one away. Now here comes Marto. Marto with some space. She's going to fire off a wrister, and it's going to go into the chest of Seekings. She'll hold on to it for a stoppage. Just over 2 minutes remaining in regulation. Just waiting for the final buzzer. Grand Forks looks like they are well on their way to improve their record to 10-2 on the season. Minot will fall to 5-8 on the year. Here's Stoner. Nice defensive play by Botnan to negate what could have been an opportunity for Stoner on the rush for Minot United. Instead, it's Minot with it in their own defensive zone. Unable to clear this one out was Brentrup. It'll be rung around all the way to the far half wall, where Botnan looks for a deflection. It comes to the near half wall now. And a turnover in between the top of the circles and the blue line. Ella Bry looking for a line mate in front of the net, and it's going to be a goal. Elena Marto hammers that one home for Grand Forks. And they make the score 7-2, or 7-1. In favor of Grand Forks over Minot United. That's Elena Marto scoring that one. And the Knightriders keep piling on. 1:30 remaining here in period number 3. We are officially now in running clock territory, which will start after this center ice face-off. So no more stoppages are expected on our All True Health System scoreboard. Grand Forks with an offensive explosion tonight. Gonna have to collect my breath before reading through the entirety of our Bergstrom Electric scoring summary in the post-game show. We'll show you the highlights from those goals scored in period number 2, where the Knightriders really broke this one open against Minot. Hand out some player awards as well, so please do stick with us for our post-game report. That will be brought to you by Spray Advantage and the Ski and Bike Shop. Here's Hansen looking to add to her stat total. She fires off a shot that misses high. Another strong wrister from Hansen. Just inches away from going into the back of the net. Hansen looking for another opportunity. Has plenty of open ice. Fires off another wrister. Almost like she's aiming for the iron at this point. That one missed just high. Whizzed past the helmet of Claire Fiala, who's now up to 8 saves on the night. Just 30 seconds remaining in the game. Comes back to center ice for Kilgore. She's going to dump this one deep. Nora Lord gives chase to the near corner. Lord coming back towards the point. Balick fires a shot from the top of the near circle. Glove save made by Seekings. Rebound goes to the far wall. Maybe one more opportunity for Grand Forks. Nope, Minot is able to clear this one out towards center ice, and with the clock running, it goes into the Minot bench. That will do it. A dominating victory for the Knightriders tonight. They win 7-1 over Minot on our All True Health System scoreboard. We're going to take a break, hear a word from our sponsors, and when we come back, we will have the post-game report for you. Knightrider victory tonight, 7-1 over Minot on KNOX Live Sports. We'll be right back.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Go to rivards.com.
Rivals on the ice, united in the stands, and everyone's geared up from Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Hockey gear, fan apparel, Nodak Pride, we've got it all and more. Locally owned, 1004 South Washington Street. Shop local, shop Jarrell's.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, GrandTrailersales.com.
Signature Graphics in East Grand Forks is your one-stop shop for all your branding and design needs. From embroidery, vinyl wrapping, laser print, and more, fully customized from start to finish, all in-house. Signature Graphics. We craft your vision. You watch it come to life.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. We could try to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit True North Equipment at any of our 10 locations or at www.truenorthequipment.com.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. SprayAdvantage.com.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks. Gear up for ski season or hit the trails on a fat tire bike. At the Ski and Bike Shop, we offer top brands, ski and snowboard service, and everything you need for cold weather fun. The Ski and Bike Shop in Grand Forks, where your next adventure begins.
Spray it. We are now in the post-game show, breaking down the blowout victory for the Knightriders tonight over Minot United. Grand Forks will improve their record to 10-2 on the season, 9-2 in the state of North Dakota, so that will help boost the standings for the Knightriders. Minot United, their record will fall to 5-8 on the year. And in state play, Minot will stay stagnant at the number 9 spot, still on the outside, looking in to be in the top 8 to advance to the North Dakota Girls High School Hockey State Tournament later this year. Just been handed the official box score from tonight's game, so let's make our way through this scoring summary. But first, a shout out to our post-game sponsors. First, Spray Advantage, everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. Just planting season right around the corner, so get in contact with Spray Advantage for all your chemical and fertilizer needs this upcoming planting season. Also, Ski and Bike Shop, where your next adventure begins. Check out their wide selection of bikes and skis and all the accessories to go along with them on South Washington in Grand Forks. The Ski and Bike Shop and Spray Advantage, the sponsors of our post-game show tonight and all season long on KNOX Live Sports. Let's make our way through this scoring summary, bringing it all the way back to period number 1. It was Ella Yana opening the scoring at the 10:31 mark of the first period. That goal coming unassisted at even strength. That was the only score from that first period. Then we move forward to the second, and this is where we will have the highlights available for you. Starting with what the goal that made it 2-0, the highlight reel goal, dare we call it the highlight of the game. Ella Bry hammering home a scoring opportunity, or correction, this is the highlight we were looking for. It's Ella Bry hammering home a feed from Ella Yana on a 2-on-1. Yana, realizing that she had to slow down her pace, sensed a 2-on-1 developing, gives it to Bry, and she's able to beat the netminder. That made it 2-0. The third goal for Grand Forks coming from Paige Meager, an assist from Chesney Sigdahl. That's one of 2 circumstances where we saw this stat line. This time it's Sigdahl giving it to Meager in the high slot, and she beats the goaltender low glove side. Meager in the high slot, Grand Forks made it 4, is able to beat the netminder low glove side. This is a goal from Sigdahl after that play on. The Knightriders now with a 3-0 lead, looking for more. It's Sigdahl coming in by herself, and she will score! Of the game, and she was able to score on the breakaway. And then the final highlight that we have is another Paige Meager goal. Sigdahl giving her a feed from the near corner, And it is going to be Meager streaking towards the net, and she hammers it home on the far post. That made it 5-0 at the 10:19 mark of period number 2. Minot United was able to get their only goal of the game at the 15:51 mark of the middle frame. It was their star senior defender, Bryn Hansen, scoring at even strength, unassisted. So we go into period number 3 with the score 5-1. In favor of the Knightriders. And then Ava Walsh gets her first goal of the game, unassisted at the 13:42 mark. And then just less than a minute and a half later, Grand Forks gets their final goal of the game. This one's credited to Elena Marto, scoring at even strength. The assist on that one coming from Ella Yana and Ella Bry. So that is all the scoring that we had from tonight's action between the Knightriders and Minot United. That scoring summary brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They light the lamp, and indeed it does shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric, the sponsor of our scoring summary tonight and all season long on KNOX Live Sports. Now it's time to hand out a couple of awards that we have for us tonight, and we're going to start off with our cover of the game. And the cover of the game is awarded to tonight's best defensive performance, and we're going to give it to the blue line for Grand Forks. The Knightriders really chipping in. I know it's a defensive play award, but I think it will qualify because we're giving it to the entirety of the defensive corps for the Knightriders and their ability to pitch in offensively, really keeping the offensive zone possession alive all night long with their ability to pinch from that blue line, able to step up and hold the zone and keep the pressure on against Minot. That was very prevalent tonight and is something that I'm sure the coaching staff for the Knightriders would like to see continue throughout the remainder of the season. So the recipient of tonight's Finest Auto Trim cover of the game, big or small, Finest Auto Trim will cover them all, is going to be the defensive corps for the Knightriders. Then the final award that we're going to hand out is going to be our PS Garage Doors Player of the Game. The PS stands for Perfect Service, and we're going to give this award to Chesney Sigdahl. Chesney Sigdahl, in the second period alone, was able to get 1 goal and 2 assists, so she has 3 total points on the night. Plenty of candidates from the offensive production standpoint for the Knightriders. Sigdahl looked very composed all night long, just really weaving through the defense in all 3 areas of the ice, the defensive zone, the neutral zone, and the attacking end for the Knightriders. And she was credited on the score sheet and certainly was not a mistake. 2 primary assists, setting up Paige Meager for both of the goals scored by Meager. And then Sigdahl scoring just 9 seconds after Grand Forks' third goal to make it 4-0. That assist coming from Meager as well. So Meager having an inverse stat line of 1 assist and 2 goals. But the recipient of tonight's PS Garage Doors Player of the Game, Chesney Sigdahl. The PS stands for Perfect Service, and it was a perfect night for the Knightriders. They win this one by a final score of 7-1. So that will do it for tonight's broadcast, our coverage of North Dakota girls high school hockey. Until next time, Sam Jensen, Joey Spanger, and the rest of the KNOX sports team signing off. Have a wonderful night.